How was the OSU spring game?
It was fun, man. I haven't been back in so long, so I was looking forward to getting back and seeing some of those new Buckeyes there and some of the old coaches that I worked out with and played with there, and then some of my old teammates was there as well. So it was fun. They got a lot of talent there on that team, so they should be good this year.
What do you feel like the vibe is, the energy for you guys all coming back into the building again? And can you just, what's it like to be back and what do you think that you guys can do in terms of building on what you did last year?
Yeah, definitely. Energy has been great so far being in the building, but I think we all kind of realized that we can't just think that we could just leave off or pick up where we left off from last year, but just got to pick it up and still start over and still get back with the guys and go outside of the practice facility, going out to eat and just still building that camaraderie and that chemistry. And I think that's going to take us a long way again.
On that, Denzel, that last game obviously is not how you wanted the season to end. So how does that motivate you guys to be better?
Oh man, I think that was one of the main reasons why I'm back in this building right now. Definitely didn't like the taste in my mouth from that last game and the showing that we put out there on the field. So I think that's why a lot of guys are in here now, just ready to get back to work, ready to get back to it, and work towards our goals that we got and making it to the playoffs and extending our season.
And so, as someone who's been through this now for a little bit, just what's this time of year like? Coming back, you're in the classroom, you're in the weight room, but you're not doing stuff on the field that maybe feel like football, but it is football.
Yeah.
What's important about this time of year for you, and what do you get out of it?
Yeah, I mean it's fun. I mean off season's pretty long. Like we're not really with all the guys, and you're kind of just off doing your own thing, training and working out. And then I mean right now it's just a good time to come back and start building on that chemistry, like I've been talking about, learning the system again and the scheme and the playbook, and just working out with the guys and just building around each other, building that team up, and getting ready for the season.
Because we've had a handful of new additions, but for the most part, it seems like this defensive core is back. And in the NFL, some teams are always figuring each other out. I guess how confident are you in the key guys that you have, and that you'll be able to maintain that hunger, so to speak, especially with last season ending the way it did?
Yeah, I think we got a lot of hunger with the guys that we got back, and we got some great additions that came onto the team, and so we're just looking to build on top of each other and just work towards our goals and being great this season.
One thing is specifically you kind of zeroed in on and worked on the last couple of months personally that you felt like you really needed to improve on.
I mean, yeah, for me personally, like during the off season right now, I try to build my body up, get my body weight up. So I'm heavier right now. I know I'm gonna lose some weight and some muscle throughout the season because it's a long season and just wearing down on the body. So I'm definitely got my weight up to a weight that I like coming in and just keeping my speed and my power out there. So that's definitely one thing that I focus on this off season.
Pretty, the season, the defense ranked number one. But where do you think there's areas for you guys to improve and get better in year two with Jim Ford?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, we're number one, but we weren't perfect out there at all. But I think our biggest thing was we were playing fast and we were playing together. And but one of the areas I think that we can improve on is definitely takeaways, getting more takeaways and getting our hands on the ball and being able to get that ball back for our offense and special teams.
There's been a rule change as far as how you tackle, eliminating the hip drop. Is that something that, as a team and as you individually, you just have to constantly work on, or is it something that pretty much you can just on the fly?
Yeah, I think you definitely gonna have to work on those things. I mean, when something's being newly implemented into a organization, into a team, uh, you probably gonna have to practice it and change your forms of tackling and just to teach it and just to learn it. So I think it's definitely gonna be something that we're gonna practice. They talked about it a little bit so far since being here in the building that this is a rule change and something that we're gonna have to focus on and not necessarily do so we don't get any flags out there on the field.
One of those.
No, I haven't. I usually feel like I don't usually tackle like that. I usually just try to come as fast as I can and shoot my shot out there. So, no, I don't think I'll have any issues with that rule though.
Know what a hip drop tackle is, and do you get worried as a defender that they're trying to legislate the laws of physics? Because your job is to tackle and get guys on the ground, but they're either changing your strike zone, and now they're telling you can't tackle it in certain ways.
Right.
So just
Yeah, I think it is tough because I mean the game of football is a physical game and it happens so fast. So I don't think guys do things intentionally to try to go out there. Oh, I'm about to try to hip drop or try to hurt this guy on this tackle. But it's just like I said, it happens so fast that you just try to do what you can to get a guy down, and sometimes you're put in weird positions to where something like that may happen. But I think we're gonna do a good job of trying to practice that during practice to avoid those type of tackles and to play clean football. So I think we'll adjust well, and it shouldn't be an issue.
Feeling on the team that that you guys have Deshaun Watson coming back healthy from his shoulder injury this year, and if all goes well, that he'll be your quarterback for all 17 games. What's sort of the
Yeah,
vibe on that?
man, it's exciting. I mean, you guys seen what Deshaun was out there doing before he went out, like that Baltimore game, and just his poise in the pocket and able to stretch the field and make every throw. So just excited to have him back and hoping that his recovery still continue to go well. And like I said, looking forward to him being our number one quarterback and leading us.
And
Have you
so,
told Andrew which Buckeyes you want him to draft next week?
I have put a little word in about some Buckeyes. I told him we need to get more Buckeyes in here, so I think we might see some. But yeah, you can't go wrong with any Buckeyes on the team.
All one of those?
I hope so. I hope so. That's a good player coming out in the draft from Ohio State. That he'd be a good addition to the team. I feel like.
Him being down there last week and his team being loaded. A lot of those guys would have been drafted. They stayed. Probably the NIL money is probably a big reason why. Just what do you think about the state of things right
The
now
state of what?
with college football? I mean, it's just different than it was 6 years ago.
Yeah, it is different with the NIL and guys able to enter the transfer portal. So it's a lot different when I was in college. We were able to we just if you went there that's the school you were going to, and so it is different. But I mean, change isn't always so bad. So um yeah, just gotta get used to it and see how it plays out.
Angry that they're making an NCAA football game after you graduated?
Yeah, no, I am kind of upset about that. That was when I was a little kid. That's always something that I was like, man, I want to play with myself on a video game. And NCAA used to always do the Road to Glory and play there. So I fulfilled that in getting into the NFL and being able to play Madden. But I'm glad they're bringing the game back. So I know that's gonna be exciting for a lot of guys that like to play the game and could see themselves on the NCAA game.
so you're entering year 3 with you, Martin, and Greg as that kind of core in the corner now, and year 2 in the system. I guess how confident are you guys as a trio? I know Greg normally likes to say more about this than you do, but how do you think you guys have worked together so far, and how confident are you going into this
Yeah,
year?
very confident. I mean, I feel we're the best corner group in the NFL. I feel that we went out there and showed that, but this is the new year, and we got to go out there and show that again. So, I mean, that's what we're doing now, putting that work in to go out and show why we're the best group, and so that's all it is. It's just getting to the work and then going out there and showing that. But I definitely feel we're the best, though.
you know what? You guys, Miles, finally get that defensive player of the year award. I'm just curious for you personally. I know that usually goes to a pass rusher, but do you ever think about like winning one of those?
Man, I think Miles he probably could have won Defensive Player of the Year every year. So no, it's definitely well deserved. So I was happy for him that he got that. Just a big testament to the work he puts in and what he means to our team and what he's able to do out there on the field. I mean, he's a dominant force, and not many guys could stop him. Obviously, you need probably this whole group of audience to stop Miles, but just a big shout out to Miles and his accomplishments.
The NFLPA survey that gets done every year, and here in recent years, one of the negatives that Browns players have pointed out was the weight room being in the field house. Now that you come back and you see that they're building a new weight room for you guys to address that concern that you guys expressed, just what does that mean to you to see the organization addressing something that you guys pointed out as maybe not being what you guys would meet your standards?
I mean, it meet my standard. I mean, I don't need much, but I mean that just shows you the pride and that this is a player friendly organization. Like they hear that it's this something isn't going so well, so they make changes and things that they could do to help the players and get the organization running better. Anything they could do to help us out there on the field. And I mean, they do that a lot of ways. There's a lot of equipment and machines that's been brought in the uh, training room and everything to help us out. So definitely appreciative of that. But yeah, it's a lot of changes that's being made, and they're in the weight rooms and everything to give us all the resources that we need.
So when you talk about the cornerback group, how important is it to you to keep that group together? You and Greg, you Mark.
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, that was one of the things I kind of been openly sharing. Like, I want to keep us together. I feel like you can, even AB says all the time, you can never have enough great corners and enough corners on a team. And I mean, that's real. Guys go down, and just having the ability to be able to match up with any teams across the board, whether that's inside in the slot with Greg or outside with me and Martin, and being able to rotate and do different things and having multiple number one corners on the team. So we're definitely in an ideal situation position. And those guys did a great job of drafting all of us and getting us all here. But like I said, we just got to continue to go out and show that we're number one, though.
I assured you that all these Greg Newsom trade rumors are nothing and can easily be dismissed.
I mean, Greg's in the building now working, so I mean, I think so, but I don't know all the behind the scenes stuff, but we're all in the building now working towards the same goal and trying to be the best.
Chance to catch up with Kirksey in Hollywood?
Not yet, but I'm looking for. I seen they retire. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I feel like they could come back for another year with us, but those are great guys I enjoy playing with as well.
They're still young guys.
Yeah.
A reminder of how quickly this can go.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Time be flying. I was just talking to some people. How I'm going on year 7. I feel like I just came into the league, so time's definitely been flying, and definitely got to take advantage of all the opportunities that you're given.
I don't know if you've had a chance to really talk to Justin Hardy yet, but just you being a Northeast Ohio guy who gets to play for your hometown team, him getting to come back here and get that opportunity. Can you speak to like how special that is and how excited you are to have him here?
Yeah, definitely excited. I talked to him on the phone actually, with him signing here. So big Cleveland guy. He's gonna be a great addition to the team. He's an ace on the special teams, and they did a great job of getting him here. I think he's gonna definitely be a guy that gives us some great production out there.
Talked about this, the hunger from, the way last season ended. How many times have you watched that game since last season?
Honestly, I haven't even watched that game yet, so I haven't watched it yet. Yeah, I just haven't even got to it yet, honestly. So.
I can get to it at some point, or is it one of those things best left?
Yeah, I feel like that game is over with. Like my focus is gonna be more so on the teams that we're gonna be playing coming up, and whoever that first game is gonna be, that's who I'm gonna start watching film on. I do some self evaluations once I watch the season's film and everything, but I don't know if I'm necessarily gonna go back to that game just yet though.
Denzel is you mentioned at the top that you're not just resting on the board from last year, and the guys understanding you can't just pick up where you left off. Is that like a conversation that's had among the guys in meeting rooms, or is that something that guys just show up and they kind of are already?
No, coaches, the whole organization kind of been saying that we set a great foundation last year and it was good, but like they've been saying, we can't just think that's automatically gonna click and we're gonna pick up where we left off. So even though we may, but we just gotta try to continue to build on top of it and continue to make the necessary steps to build and grow this team.
Schedule's coming out probably in about a month or so. Have you gone down the roster of quarterbacks that you're going to face this year?
I know, not yet, but I know there's gonna be some great talented quarterbacks out there, but no, I haven't checked them out yet.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk about just like the future of the stadium, where you guys be playing eventually. You're from here. Just what are your thoughts, I guess, on the idea of the stadium, or maybe playing outside of downtown Cleveland?
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. For me, honestly, I mean, like I said, I'm a Cleveland guy, so I mean, I appreciate all the history that's going into the stadium that we're playing in currently, and like I said, I enjoy playing in the conditions and having the roof open and everything. But I mean, like I said, but nothing's wrong with change though. If we end up deciding to move the stadium, I mean, I'll be open to it. I'm just wherever I could go play some football, that I'm cool with. All right, thank you.